Hey everybody, welcome to the Legacy Universe. My name is Ash.
And my name is John.
And welcome to our new weekly discussion of the last 7 episodes of Supernatural. If you guys don't know what Supernatural is, it is a show created by Eric Kripke, who is also the creator of the amazing show The Boys on Amazon Prime. It stars Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki as the Winchester brothers, and we have seen throughout these last seasons their hunt for monsters, demons,
What a journey.
and saving the world.
This particular season that we're going to be talking about, the 15th, again, it's the very last season that we're going to be having. And to give you a premise of what's going on, pretty much Chuck, who is God in this universe, turned out to be a horrible god. He generally is the writer. The writer on a script, he pretty much manipulates exactly what's going to be happening and what goes on. Chuck, a god, has been doing the same. He's actually written down what every human being, what every story would be, but he has a favorite, which is the story of the Winchester brothers.
Yep.
The Winchesters did not want to accept the fact that they were being manipulated, that their free will was a lie. Now, do we know if this is a lie or truth? That is the actual hidden premise throughout this entire season, because does Chuck actually know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Does Chuck not know what's going to happen? Or is it a bluff? And as he got hurt at one point, we already know that he could be killed. And the Winchesters are just in the journey to try and kill him once and for all with the help of Jack, Death, which is the Reaper.
Yes.
And Amara, which is God's
And Castiel,
sister.
too.
And Castiel. Sorry, and Castiel. So, by the way, Amara, oh my gosh, Amara is
He has
awesome.
a crush on her.
Shut up. It's not real. But they're on this journey trying to kill God.
Yes.
And oh my gosh.
And before we get into our highlights and discussion, if you guys have not seen the episodes so far, please stop this video, go watch them, come back, because this is going to be spoiler filled with a lot of things. We are going to discuss our highlights, our favorite parts, and from that, what theories we might have until we see what happens in this last episode, because there's a lot of theories going on. Like, there's a lot of people saying that Chuck isn't even God, that God is like a completely other person, and
that he's a trickster, but a super powerful trickster.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of theories about who's gonna die this season, because there is a possibility that one of the Winchester brothers might die, both of them, we don't know. There's a lot going on, so I would totally recommend to go see all episodes and then come back to this video, so you guys have been warned, okay?
Yes.
So for episode 14, the first highlight that I want to talk about is Mrs. Butters.
Mrs. Butters, oh my goodness. This was a surprise, and I felt exactly how Dean felt when he saw her the second time. Because the first time it was a bit of a shock, but the second time around, I was so excited that they were going to have this help. And you know, this happiness within, we get to have food when we're home, we get to have Christmas.
And the devices that they had in the bunker.
Yes,
you know?
because she was a super powered being that could power up the bunker.
She was a wood nymph.
A wood nymph. Yeah, and they didn't even know they had a freaking radar for monsters, and it was that table that glows that has like an entire map of the entire Earth.
Yeah.
And when that came up, I was so excited. It was like, oh my God, they're gonna go full nuke on everybody. It was amazing, and Dean and I was Dean.
Yeah.
I was Dean. I was super excited, man.
I thought it was a really nice segue, because let's face it, you know, some episodes in Supernatural pertain to the story. Some of them are like segues so that people can get out their mind. Yeah, they're fillers. Yeah. And this was definitely one of them, I would say, except for the end.
But you know,
we'll get into it. But.
Not to interrupt you, but you know, I've never minded the fillers, because it actually just expands the lore of Supernatural.
Yeah, it's kind of like Supernatural has a mix of fillers, and then they have special episodes. Like if it's a Halloween episode, they'll do like something cool with that. They had the Scooby-Doo episode, which we thought was fantastic. So that's kind of how Supernatural works. And then after 2 or 3 episodes, they'll go back to the main story and then finish it off. I thought this was a nice filler because we actually got to see Dean and Sam and Jack in a very nice mood. It was sweet. Everything was smooth. They would go to their missions. This lady was so sweet. She would celebrate all holidays with them. She would make them food. She was very attentive to all of them, and I feel that that's something that they have always been missing since we know the story of them losing their father. Losing their mother. Losing Mary comes back, and then, you know, in the last season she passed away as well. So
and we didn't even get to see it to I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but to like season 12 or 11, where they never had a stable home until they actually found the bunker. And the bunker is, you know, their home for sure, but
it's like their sanctuary.
Is their sanctuary, but they also never had, you know, that one relaxed sit down meal. And every time they go on a hunt, they're excited, and you hear that alarm, and it felt kind of like Ghostbusters because they're, meal, let's go. It felt like out of this, there could have been a spin-off, not a spin-off, but there could have been more to this section alone, to this, like, them being finally fully equipped for everything. And you felt it when they went on that first hunt and they saw those vampires and June, like everything was coming into place for them.
Yeah, like it was nice because if you guys have watched all seasons, everything has been so complicated with them, like how they hunt the monsters, they have to search for clues, and then they would stay in motels and stuff. And it was actually nice to see them to have all of this equipment, like you said, and just be like, oh, there's a vampire right here, let's just go and kill it. So,
yeah, and the problem is that's their curse.
Yeah.
They get something so good for a certain amount of time.
That's true.
And it gets ripped apart.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, from the moment that I saw that she met Jack, I knew something was up.
Yeah.
Because she...
Fine. I'm here. I'm just kidding. That's nothing.
It was a certain line that she said, like, fine, if they accept you, then I guess I'll have to accept you too. And I was...
Yes.
And her interaction was, like, very, like... It was different.
Yeah.
With Jack, instead of, like, you know, against what she was like with Sam and Dean. So I kind of knew she was iffy. And then we, of course, discovered that she was actually programmed to protect the men of letters at all costs.
And to be honest, she was smart because she knew how powerful Jack was. Because when she started giving him the smoothies, the smoothies were actually
so they
poison
to
just lower down his level of power so that she could actually, you know, overpower him and just contain him and try and kill him.
It was nice while it lasted.
But it was great because her intentions were exactly to protect the Winchesters.
Exactly.
It's just that she was brand new to them and their friend, which is Jack.
Yes.
That she didn't know. And she has been locked for more than, 50 years, I think it was?
Something like that. And you have to understand as well that she was from a different time.
Different times.
Where maybe the men of letters weren't so accepting of monsters.
Yes.
Because we do see in this generation of hunters that some monsters do take your side. And that's probably something that didn't happen before. So she wasn't accustomed to that. So I thought it was a nice segue. I thought it was interesting. And it made for a fun episode, especially with Dean. Dean is my favorite character. And I loved seeing him in the purple pajamas with like the little hat. And he was just like, this is awesome.
And then also when Sam is dating, now that's finally great because he's free to, you know, just also be happy with somebody.
Yeah.
Like Dean did have that, but you know, it didn't last either. It lasted with Lisa. It was a year, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah.
I'm pulling through for Sam and Aileen. I was happy with that they brought her back, and it got to a point where I was like, please don't kill her off, because that's what always happens. I love a character in the show. We love, like, Charlie, for example. We love that character, and they always get killed off.
It's like Game of Thrones. Oh, you like him? Yeah. No.
And she's still in the radar, so I am hoping that they will make it work for her and Sam. Another highlight is the fact that Mrs. Butters would celebrate every holiday, so that's including everybody's birthday. She's gone by the time that they had the opportunity to celebrate Jack's birthday, so Dean makes this really awesome cake, which it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
It was awesome, but it sucked.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but it sucked.
It was a very Dean cake, to be honest. And Jack makes a wish. And if you guys have been seeing the episodes, Jack's soul came back. He's realized what he has done to the Winchesters. And I think that there is a possibility, and this is one of our theories, that Mary might come back. Because we don't know what the wish is.
And I don't know how powerful he can be to actually, you know, bring someone back to life. But it's supernatural, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like Eric Kripke is also doing stuff that is very like we don't anticipate. So I don't know. It ended when he blew the candle and made his wish in his mind.
I just have to say, don't forget about the wish.
Don't forget about the wish.
There's something about that wish that's gonna
come back. Wish upon a star.
Moving on to episode 15. Great episode.
Yeah.
Fantastic episode. The first highlight for this one is Dean's conversation with Amara.
And this happened later.
I loved it. I loved it. There was a lot going on, but I would say pertaining to the storyline, that was a highlight because I loved the dynamic between Dean and Amara. It was something that I liked when she was in, I think it was season 13, right? That she was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I really liked their relationship. I liked the fact that Dean was tied to the darkness in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And they have this, they have this like weird relationship where it's like, I love you, but I can't we with you. I can't we with you.
I can't we what? What is that?
Okay.
You can't we? What is we?
I can't we.
This is a love, not really hate relationship. It's more of a love but can't be together relationship.
Like a West Side Story type of thing.
Yeah, it's so weird because you know how free a cosmic being has to be if we're going into terms of, you know, God and Amara, the darkness right here in this place. They're not really tied into anybody but one angel in particular that actually had a family when all angels fell. I really feel, I was telling Ash this earlier, I really feel the same way that Dean feels. Is like, I think he loves Amara, but he will never say it. Yeah. And he can't accept the fact that she is the one thing that he could end up with, and nobody knows but him. And I think this is a secret that it's hidden within him that even the audience doesn't know.
It's so good.
But you can tell when he has those conversations. And I know Dean was saying that he wants to kill Amara and lie to her and all that kind of stuff. But when they were sitting down and Dean came back,
it's like
into
a front, right?
Yeah, it's like a front. When Dean came back into the diner, you literally saw exactly how he feels, and he told her the truth, because I think in one of the seasons when she was there, he expressed to her that he can't lie to her, he can't deceive her. There is something about Amara for Dean that it's impossible to hide anything for her, because he has this deep connection with her that he will never betray her. Yeah. So even though
I loved that line where Dean looks at her, he's like, I would never hurt you.
I would never hurt you.
I was like, this is sick, bro. Like,
I got so many goosebumps that I was like, oh my Jesus, where are we gonna go from here?
I have to say that out of this, I have a theory that there is a possibility. There's been a lot of discussion of whether Sam is going to die, Dean is going to die, they're both going to die. I have always had a strong feeling that Dean might be the person who's going to die towards the end of the season. And honestly, watching the scene with Amara kind of maybe confirmed it in a way. I don't know, again, this is a theory. This is me, like, you know, shooting stuff out there. But I think there's a possibility that Dean might be the person who dies at the end of the season, and that he will probably stay with Amara, you know, in the darkness.
In the darks. In the empty.
In the darks.
In the empty. In the empty. In the darks.
Eileen is not out of the radar. So I'm thinking that this might be the opportunity for Sam to have a normal life with Eileen, because he is the character that has been wanting a normal life since the beginning of the show.
And
So-
I kind of agree with you, but something just occurred to me. It's another theory.
Oh, he always has a theory that he hides and then he waits until the video and gets me off guard. So go for it.
These are the best, you know?
Go for it!
So you know how they've been saying that Jack is almost God's equal and can kill him. And he could be this cosmic being because, you know, he's a Nephilim and he could become essentially God, right? What if, from what they've been speaking of, like you need to kill God, but if you kill God, you need to kill the darkness because then there's no balance. What if you kill God and Jack becomes that balance so Amara doesn't have to die? And that's the theory that comes into place because remember that Castiel at the end of the episode went to Dean and said, Dean, I have to tell you something. Right after Jack confessed his true mission that he is a nuclear bomb.
Which is the second highlight for
Which is
us.
the second highlight.
Yeah.
To be destroyed and kill God at the same time. What if it reverts into I'm going to kill you, but I'm going to become that balance so that the
think
world
that-
stays equal.
I think
And
that would
Amara
be
stays
great.
alive and Dean is still with Amara through life. And Sam is with Eileen. There is balance for Sam, for Dean, for Amara, and for Jack, and for Castiel. That's the balance for all sides of their freaking...
Can I be
Please.
honest with you? I love that theory. But knowing the writers, I don't think it's going to happen that way. I'm sorry.
Just leave me be! I know,
That-
but it
that's
could
gonna
still
hurt a lot.
happen. What I said.
That's true.
It's not a bad theory, but
It is not a bad
they
theory
can
at all.
also misguide people doing this type of things.
Yeah, because still, Sam still has the whole Lucifer thing going on. So
Yeah.
it might be another
He-
segue for
yeah.
them, you know, making people think like, you know, this might happen. But
You
then
never
then they
know.
throw like a curveball and you're like, what the?
I think I'm gonna stand by my theory, even though it might not be true. I mean, that's the point of a theory.
I
It
think
can
that
or
might
cannot
stick
be
to
true.
mine. I think I've always had a feeling that Dean will be
There
the
will be a
brother that
happy
will die.
ending for everybody.
But then Jensen also said that he had a dream that Sam passed away. That's how the show ended. He said in one of the Comic Cons that he had a dream that Sam was the one that passed away, and then Dean gave up baby, and he ended up in a motorbike, and he was just like riding, you know, the country. So I don't know, man.
We'll see.
I don't know, man. I guess we'll see.
We will see.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough last few episodes.
I'm trying, guys. You see me spaced
Yeah.
out that I'm just like, wow, this is gonna end.
And we were watching the episodes and we were like, and I was looking at John and I was like, I can't believe this is ending. That's a sappy side note. Sorry
That's
to
it.
ruin it for you
Yeah.
guys.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, yes, thank you for watching our episode today. We really enjoyed talking about Supernatural. I hope you enjoyed being part of this conversation.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. We love making this type of content for you guys. And that really helps us, you know,
Yes.
keep doing all of our amazing content. So
Mhm.
thank you guys for watching. And let us know in the comments, are you guys enjoying season 15 of Supernatural so far? What are you liking? What are you disliking? And we will see you guys on the next video where we will be discussing episode 16 of Supernatural. So thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.